Awesome.
You probably have to like click OK. All right, so welcome to this video. My name is Balazs, you probably already know me. And on the other side, it's my good friend Peter. He just recently joined our mentoring program. And right now, I believe he's doing like 5K a month from South Africa, which, as you probably already know, it's not the wealthiest country of all times, but he's super hardworking and he's here to answer a few questions about the program. So, Peter, without further ado, would you mind introducing yourself a little bit, like what you're up to currently, like what is you're doing in your business, or like how things going with you right now?
Yeah, point of correction, bro. I'm in Zambia, but yeah, so basically what I'm doing is I'm working with coaches, consultants, helping them with closing deals over the DMs. And yeah, man, started working with Balaz, and he's been helping me out with a lot of stuff that has been going on with sales and trying to get results for clients. So it's been really awesome.
Sounds good. So just to clarify that, you said you're helping coaches make sales, like you basically type message on your phone and your computer, right?
Yeah, like basically on my phone, I don't even touch my computer. I mean, some my computer comes in place sometimes, like, but mostly like through my phone, getting DM sales, dude, it's like really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for people that I know, that a lot of people like don't even know what this is, like who you type messages for on your phone. You said coaches, but like how did you get in contact with them, or how did that happen for you?
Yeah, so I used mostly like what was taught in the course, right? So
Mhm.
uh, like using an effective system for outreach and like getting in contact with these coaches, positioning myself in the right way to be able to like have them believe that I can get them these results, right? And yeah, it was a little difficult from the start, but like
Mhm.
with enough consistency, like you just have to get the results. So
I mean, yeah, you have to get your foot in the door first and get the first results, so confidence comes next, and there's nothing that trumps it. So let's go back a little bit when you first joined our mentoring. It was probably like 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. Like, what was the actual reason why you get into it, or what made you jump in?
yeah, so main reason was like I was working with very bad clients. So before I started working with Balaz, I was doing a bit of like DM sales, but like I was working with very bad clients, wasn't getting really good clients through the door. And yeah, I was just basically wasting my time running my wheels through the mud for like 6 months. And then I started working with him, attracted some really high level clients. And yeah, man. So uh, that was the difference. Like,
I know your story. So for anybody who's wondering, right now Peter is closing, what is it, 10K, 20K deals in the messages. So like 20,000 US dollar deals in the actual messages without ever getting on the phone with people, which is pretty epic. And in all honesty, this is not, the most typical ways that we do this. Like most often we sell stuff for a couple $1,000 that you could easily make, 10% on. But when you make a sale, you're technically making $2,000 in commission. How does that feel? I mean,
dude, it feels dude, the dopamine hit you get from like actually getting in those clients and getting in those sales is just amazing, bro. Like you just want to keep doing it, and it's nothing like it for sure. So yeah.
just to see the possibilities, I wanted to show people that. So let's say, you were working with bad clients, you already had a skill, you know what type of messages to type, but we obviously teach that to people that are brand new. But what do you mean you had like bad clients? Like, how do you identify a bad client?
I'd say clients that didn't have an established sort of like structure for their funnels. They didn't have a system to effectively generate leads, and their positioning wasn't good enough. So it didn't really help me out with trying to close deals, right? So yeah, that's for the most part.
Yeah, so it's basically pretty hard to close deals for because the brand is not established as well. They don't have, people coming to them, and there's a bunch of people out there. So you have to be aware that you might, get into some, or this is my friend Sean used to say this, that you have to kiss a few frogs before you find your prince, kind of thing. So
Yeah, exactly.
again, you made the right decision, and you basically joined the program, and now you're here closing 10K deals and making 5K a month. Like, what do you think? What would have been kind of an alternative reality if for some reason you wouldn't have joined the program?
Dude, I was going to quit. I was going to quit and probably just, I don't know, but like, I'm glad I didn't. And I took the leap of faith because like I was giving up and I was like, this isn't working at all. And yeah, man, right now I'm very happy with the way things are going compared to what I would have done. And I would have just been super lost if I didn't join. So yeah.
Right on. And you're pretty young too. Like, do you mind sharing how old are you?
Yeah, I just turned 20 in January.
You're 20. And how much you're making
Yeah,
a month?
like 5 grand on average.
Dang. I mean, I wish I was 20 and making 5 grand. For me, I started my transformation a little bit later. And now I'm like 26. But again, the sooner you start, the better. This is definitely like,
Yeah,
I'm proud of you. And you're easily on your way, to get to the 10K, 15K, 20K month mark. But I know that this was not an easy decision. You coming from Zambia, as you said, which is, like most people know, that not the most wealthiest country. Um, what was like, if there was one thing or maybe a few things that almost made you didn't join?
dude, it's the price. The price was probably the hardest thing for me, like getting in through the door, right? So ish, that was the hardest thing for me for the most part. I really didn't have anything else because I already knew that you're good at the whole sales thing and you understood everything. Uh, so my biggest objection was like, am I willing to put this down? And what if it doesn't work? Certain things like that started coming up in my head. But usually that's just fear, right? So it also comes down to mindset.
It's usually fear and mindset, and kind of like, you being young, you don't have that much, and you're afraid that all you have, you're gonna lost it with all of a sudden with one bad decision. I'm glad that you like actually pulled the trigger and made you join the team. But I'm
Yeah,
curious,
yeah.
like, what is your next step? What is the vision, the goal that you have coming up for the next months and years, let's say?
Yeah, for the next couple of months, the big vision is like, of course, just growing a DM sales agency, scaling to at least like 20, 30K months and investing in stuff like ecom and all that stuff because that's my long-term goal to eventually like get into ecom because I do see like it growing and I've got a lot of passion for that stuff as well. So
Right.
yeah,
Interesting.
over the next couple of years.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, investing into different things later, because like, I like honestly don't publicly talk about this, but the goal is not to type messages on your phone and make money. There's just a vehicle that gets you the money that you could reinvest into, let's say, passive cash flow assets, which could be ecom, which could be, real estate or anything else. It's just a super easy way, to get started. Because like, how does your day look like? So when do you wake up? Just curious.
I'm pretty organized, man. Like when I wake up, it's straight to hitting the road for a run, come back home, bath, uh, meditate, read a book, and then yeah, later on in the day, I might just scroll through my phone, check a couple of DMs, try to close some, and yeah, reach out to a couple of people that came in through the funnel,
Okay.
and yeah, just try to close
And
mornings.
what do you think? Like, how many hours do you work on an average day?
Um, I I would say haven't really calculated this, but I would say something like 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours on an average day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to do a little bit of a comparison because I know a lot of people who work way more than 4 hours a day and they make nowhere near close to 5 grand a month. Just let that,
Yeah.
and they are not 20 as well. So just I wanted to let anybody who's watching this that to sink in. Okay, Peter, I don't want you to take too much of your time. I really appreciate it. I have one last question for you, which is basically, so who would you recommend this program to if there's anybody out there maybe watching this or on the fence of joining?
Yeah. So I would recommend this best to people that want to make money on their phone by typing in messages. Anyone who wants to quit their 9 to 5 and actually like make some money on the side, and anyone who wants to use this as a cushion to excel to do something else in the future, then this is the best bet for you for sure.
Right. Peter, thank you so much. So again, if you're watching this and a little bit more curious about how this might work out for you, just hit me back in the DMs or send me a message on my Instagram. It should be somewhere around here at Balaj_Karolfi. And let's have a quick chat. Peter, thank you so much again. And talk to you soon.
All right.
Awesome, mate. Thank you so